Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Driving Insights Podcast by M5 Management Services, where we cover ways for your fixed operations department to gain efficiency, customer retention, and long-term profitability. I'm your host, Tim Harkins, brand manager at M5 Management Services, and on today's show, we'll talk about how implementing maintenance menus, similar to restaurant menus, can better inform and empower customers to make service decisions. So buckle up. You're listening to Driving Insights. So when you sit down at a restaurant, the first thing the server provides is a menu detailing what food is served and how much each item costs. This allows customers to understand what options are available to them and make an informed decision about what to order. Service departments should implement a similar practice by offering maintenance menus. These menus would provide key details that car owners want to know up front when bringing in their vehicle. For example, the menu would list pricing for different services like oil changes, brake jobs, fluid flushes, etc. It would also outline the factory recommended maintenance schedule, educating customers on which services are advised at different mileage intervals. Other helpful details could include shop hours, availability of loaner vehicles, tire sales, and installation options, and more. Essentially, maintenance menus give customers vital information as they're planning a visit to the service department, just like restaurant patrons utilize menus to decide what they want to order during a meal. Menus allow customers to come prepared with an understanding of potential services they may need or want, approximate costs, time commitments, and other basics. This empowers customers to be an informed consumer rather than relying solely on a quick verbal rundown from the service advisor. Menus also provide consistency, allowing customers to compare pricing and services across multiple visits, just like restaurant guests may recall menu items and prices from previous meals. Implementing this restaurant-style practice allows service departments to better set expectations and offer transparency to their clientele. One major aspect maintenance menus clearly outline is the cost of different services. Listing the pricing for oil changes, tire rotations, brake repairs, inspections, and so on allows customers to understand the approximate rates they'll pay and budget accordingly. The menus also spell out exactly which services are recommended by the manufacturer at certain mileage markers. For example, they'd list coolant flushes, transmission services, and fuel injection cleaning would be advised every 30,000 miles. Additionally, maintenance menus inform car owners when particular services need to be performed. Rather than relying on customers to research their own manufacturer schedules, the menu details the factory recommended intervals for all routine maintenance requirements. This empowers the customer with knowledge of when servicing is due to keep their vehicle running safely and efficiently. Furthermore, the menus communicate vital shop logistics for customers planning a visit. This includes specifying store operating hours, such as being open weekdays, 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. The availability of loaner cars or shuttle services would also be highlighted to inform customers of their transportation options while their vehicle is being repaired. Much like glancing over a restaurant menu helps patrons make decisions on when, what, and where to eat, maintenance menus allow car owners to self-educate on service needs. By clearly outlining costs, factory schedules, shop hours, and amenities, customers can plan ahead instead of making last-minute service decisions on a busy shop floor. The transparency and access to information creates a smoother, more satisfying experience for all parties involved. One of the major benefits of maintenance menus is that they give customers the necessary time and information to make informed service decisions. Without menus, many shops rely on a quick verbal recommendation from the service advisor when the customer drops off their vehicle. This places pressure on the customer to make service and spending decisions on the spot without having transparent access to pricing menus and factory schedules ahead of time. However, when menus are provided up front, car owners can self-educate at their own pace. They gain the power to research prices, understand recommended manufacturer service intervals, and generally inform themselves on what their vehicle needs. Customers can digest this information slowly and make carefully considered maintenance decisions instead of hastily agreeing to an advisor's last-minute suggestion. Essentially, the menus allow the customer to ponder and explore various service options at their leisure, not squeezed into a brief shop interaction. They promote personal accountability rather than the reliance on another's word. Customers can determine what is most logical and affordable for their vehicle situation, and they can budget ahead once they understand upcoming service recommendations and associated pricing laid out clearly in the menus. This empowers customers to confidently discuss needs with the advisor later, ask informed questions, and ensure their vehicle receives proper routine care. Menus give vital education and transparency so car owners feel equipped with knowledge rather than pressured, doubted, or rushed. When customers make their own service recommendations based on menus provided well in advance, it creates a smoother, more satisfying experience for both shops and patrons. Dropping off a vehicle at a service department is often a rushed, stressful experience for customers. Shops tend to be busy, loud environments with cars coming in and out as advisors shuffle between parking lanes during short consultations. Most customers have somewhere else they need to be, whether work or family obligations. This fast-paced environment leaves little time for nuanced discussions or preventative maintenance and factory recommendations. Instead, many service advisors provide a quick verbal suggestion of what services do and why the customer should greenlight it. This places immense pressure on the patron to hastily commit to services and expenses without transparent background on pricing or alternatives. And most customers feel obliged to just nod and sign off on whatever the advisor says so they can carry on with their day. However, implementation of maintenance menus allows the customer to sidestep this tension of making rushed spending decisions on the spot. By providing detailed overviews of prices, factory schedules, shop information, and more ahead of arrival, menus give the power back to the customers to self-educate at their own pace. They can then have an insightful discussion with the advisor built on their own research rather than reactionary agreements. Essentially, equipping patrons with vital information via menus earlier in the process results in more fruitful, meaningful interactions for both the shop and the customer when the vehicle finally arrives. Instead of important education being crammed into a hurried exchange, the customer can initiate the appointment already informed and ready to have their vehicle serviced according to their well-considered preferences. Maintenance menus empowers customers with the vital information about service recommendations and pricing well before an appointment is necessary. This provides two major benefits: the ability for the customer to thoroughly research their options and the opportunity to accurately budget ahead for ideal vehicle care. With clear details on factory-advised service schedules and associated costs at various mileage markers, customers can take time to fully understand what typical maintenance entails for their specific vehicle. As questions arise while poring over the maintenance menu, car owners can conduct additional targeted research. Is transmission flushing really necessary? What are the pros and cons of synthetic oil blends? Why is a cabin air filter change even recommended? The ability to self-explore vehicle care at their own pace results in customers who show up to appointments far more informed. Additionally, the upfront access to maintenance menus allows ample budgeting timelines. Instead of financial guessing games trying to estimate future repair costs, patrons can forecast exactly what expenditures lie ahead based on factory recommendations and then allocate funds accordingly with advanced planning tools. Building a long-range budget around anticipated services empowers customers to responsibly care for their vehicles and withstand unexpected part failures down the road. Overall, early access to the wealth of information provided in maintenance menus allows for both thorough customer research and proactive budgeting. This promotes confident, satisfied service experiences as well as ideal vehicle health through preventative care. Informed customers who plan ahead are not only empowered, but poised to make wise service decisions that optimize costs and reliability. An alarming statistic is that 40% of people could not handle an unexpected $400 emergency payment without selling something or borrowing money. While $400 may not seem a substantial cost for vehicle maintenance, it only takes one large repair, such as a failed alternator, water pump, or transmission service, to easily hit this staggering price point. This figure illustrates how vitally important it is for service departments to provide customers with advanced knowledge of costs and recommended services. With many people living paycheck to paycheck, even the routine maintenance required for a safe, operable vehicle can be financially challenging. Without budgeting for inevitable services like brake jobs, battery replacements, and belt tightenings, surprise demands can become unmanageable. When customers don't have access to pricing and schedules through maintenance menus, they lack the ability to adequately budget. So that dreaded $400 bill becomes impossible for many. However, if customers could forecast expenses by understanding approximately what costs lie ahead and when they will be due, saving and planning is way more feasible. With this information in hand, from maintenance menus, vehicle owners can allocate funds over time through a structured savings strategy. The core lesson is that the surprise factor of automotive maintenance and repairs is simply too much for many household budgets today. That's why service departments must be transparent with service pricing and recommendations. It provides customers their best opportunity to prepare and cover costs that would otherwise overwhelm them. One of the most empowering aspects of maintenance menus is the long-term visibility they provide customers to anticipate costs. Rather than myopically seeing only their current service needs, menus outline what expenses can be expected at various mileage markers looking ahead, sometimes 5 to 10 years down the road. With clear overviews of recommended services tied to mileage intervals, customers can accurately map out future costs. For example, a menu may denote that at 30,000 miles, an engine air filter replacement and cabin air filter refresh will be needed, which typically costs $80 in parts and labor. At 60,000 miles, a coolant flush joins the air filter services for a total estimate of $350. Factor in tires likely being needed soon, and the 90,000 mile mark shows an estimated total of over $1,000 with all maintenance combined. These future-facing cost forecasts allow customers to crunch numbers on overall maintenance spend year over year. Then they can structure sound budget plans to ensure funds are gradually set aside rather than scrambling to pay monster bills years later. Whether putting away $100 a month into a designated car account or adjusting retirement investment allocations if near that life stage, customers can realistically align present finances to support future vehicle needs. By plainly communicating service recommendations and pricing ahead of time, maintenance menus provide clarity for customers to financially plan years ahead. This allows peace of mind that they can handle eventual maintenance costs in a responsible, sustainable manner. In many service departments, customers may notice they don't receive the same advice or quotes from one visit to the next. One advisor may suggest premium parts or additional services, while another keeps the visit bare bones. Or even worse, customers may compare notes and find they were charged different amounts for the same actual service by different employees. This lack of consistency stems from each advisor relying solely on their own knowledge and instincts during customer interactions. They pull from memory to recite services due and associated pricing. One advisor may have hundreds of makes and models committed entirely to memory, while another may fumble with specifics but quote a price that ensures shop profitability. A promising new hire may not yet grasp what's best for every vehicle. So experiences can fluctuate wildly based on whichever advisor handles a specific appointment. However, implementation of maintenance menus levels the playing field to promote alignment. With factory recommendations and pricing templates right in front of them, there's little room for guesswork or errors. Each advisor references the same dynamic menus tailored to that exact vehicle. This means customers receive the same advice on timing and services due, regardless of advisor assignment. And shop leadership can standardize pricing guidance while still allowing slight flexibility for advisor judgment. Overall, though, every customer is armed with the same information to make empowered service choices. No one wonders if they got the best recommendation or paid too much compared to their friend's car. Consistent menus equal consistent experiences, and that translates into confident, satisfied service customers all around. If you need help with any of this, from integrating maintenance menus to even designing your menus, any one of our amazing consultants has years of experience working with menus. Just contact us through our website, www.m5ms.com, and fill out the free consultation form. One of our consultants will reach out to you to see how we can help you with your maintenance menus. The implementation of standard maintenance menus is an impactful way for shops to promote consistent customer experiences across all service advisors. Without menus in place as reference tools, there is ample room for individual advisors to misspeak on recommendations or misquote pricing from memory. This results in great variation between what different customers with identical vehicles can be told. However, providing each advisor with the same foundation of menu templates levels that playing field. Menus that outline factory scheduled services and associated pricing offer advisors an authoritative source to standardize recommendations appropriate for every vehicle. Rather than fumbling with specifics on 50+ makes and models entirely from memory, they simply reference the precise maintenance menu for that particular car at hand. With advisors across the shop working from a shared reference library of menus, benefits emerge. Customers receive the same advice for their particular make and model regardless of their advisor. Prices even for identical services don't waver between advisors. Inconsistencies from new or unexperienced employees are minimized through reliance on menus. And record keeping and customer notes reflect alignment as menus cite detailed factory schedules. This standardization, enabled by maintenance menus, allows shops to quality control advisor guidance much more easily. They also build customer confidence that interactions aren't a guessing game based on whichever advisor happens to assist them with that visit. Well-implemented menus offer service departments an invaluable opportunity to enhance consistency, thereby providing greater customer satisfaction through visits that feel reliably uniform. So as we've explored, maintenance menus offer a variety of impactful benefits that directly address common frustrations customers have with service departments today. By implementing straightforward, information-rich menus, shops take meaningful steps toward better informing, empowering, and ensuring consistent experiences for their patrons. First and foremost, menus properly inform customers in ways many departments currently fail to. They answer critical questions on recommended services, exact pricing, shop amenities, and more. Customers have ample data to understand costs and plan budgets. Blind sides are essentially eliminated on shop needs and policies when they are plainly spelled out on menus. Additionally, menus significantly empower customers by putting vital data in their hands early enough to properly research, comprehend, and plan. There's no juggling complex decisions on the spot. Customers can self-educate on factory schedules to recognize needs themselves while having plenty of time to finance larger repairs. The transparency also helps build tremendous trust in advisor recommendations when aligned with printed standards. Finally, menus inject much needed consistency across all customer interactions with their clarity and universality. Prices and services suggested are stabilized when advisors rely on the same reference source rather than quoting differently from memory. Record keeping aligns too when noting manufacturer recommendations. Customers rightfully loathe feeling recommendations or charges appear arbitrarily based on the specific employee they interact with. Menus virtually eliminate such experiences through standardization. In summary, the informative, empowering, and unifying power of maintenance menus directly tackles consumer frustration while hugely benefiting shops too. Implementing such menus signifies a dedication to customer service on informing and equipping patrons appropriately from the first mile forward. Service departments have a tremendous opportunity to improve customer experiences by implementing standardized maintenance menus. These information-rich menus clearly outline factory scheduled services, associated pricing, shop policies, and any other details that equip patrons to make informed service decisions. Walking through the appointment process without menus reveals all the pain points they address. Customers feel pressured to make quick approvals on the shop floor without transparent background on recommendations or costs. Advisors scramble to recall service intervals and pricing details accurately on the spot for various makes and models. Customers receive inconsistent guidance or pricing from advisor to advisor. Once the vehicle is handed off, customers have little clarity on services actually performed or parts installed. However, simple menus transform this customer frustration into confidence. Menus educate patrons appropriately on factory standards so they understand service specifics and can budget responsibly for future needs. This prevents sticker shock and feelings of helplessness. Advisors now have an authoritative reference to ground their recommendations consistently across work bays, and customers can actually recognize services rendered on their final invoices when they align clearly with menu descriptions. The data shows surging consumer expectation for transparency from service providers. Maintenance menus perfectly encapsulate that demand in a simple, convenient, customer-centric format. They demonstrate a shop's commitment to clarify and streamlining experiences from start to finish. When armed with helpful resources that set appropriate expectations, advisors and customers alike feel respected rather than defeated. So modern shops aiming to capture customer loyalty and trust should absolutely incorporate maintenance menus, no matter how long they've gone without them. The benefits profoundly impact relationships, retention, and growth. Now, before we go, it's time for your homework. We've created a 10-point checklist for you to start using menus in your service drive. It's available in the show notes and on our website, www.m5ms.com, under the Driving Insights section. You'll see the episode list and a link to download the checklist. So that's it for today's episode, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you for listening. I've been your host, Tim Harkins, brand manager at M5 Management Services. And as always, if you have any questions or topic suggestions, or may be interested in how M5 could help your fixed operations department, please contact us on our website, www.m5ms.com. Make sure to tune in next time, where we'll talk more about industry topics that will help drive your fixed operations department to increased efficiency, customer retention, and long-term profitability. Thank you, everyone. This has been Driving Insights.
Remember Rose? Well, it's back and better than ever. Introducing Rose Plus, the ultimate service department power tool that revolutionizes your repair order analysis. No more paper surveys or endless spreadsheets. With Rose Plus, you get a 360-degree view of your service department, uncover hidden sales opportunities, and track technician performance all in real time. Seamlessly integrate with your existing DMS, import data effortlessly, and share reports securely. Boost sales, optimize discounts, and improve customer satisfaction with Rose Plus. Upgrade to Rose Plus today and watch your service department bloom with success. Log on to m5ms.com for more info. Boost your dealership's success with M5 University, your key to automotive excellence. Our expert design curriculum empowers every team member, from service advisors to porters, with communication skills and confidence. It's not just training, it's an investment in your dealership's future, driving customer satisfaction and profit growth. Log on to m5ms.com today and unlock your team's potential with M5 University.